Hey guys, today I'm going to be making a video talking about my reading taste, and I saw this video originally over on Riley Marie's channel, so I will link her video down below in the down bar. Definitely go check her out, she's awesome. In her video she talks about how her reading tastes have just changed over the years, and I found it to be really interesting. And then I started to think about my own reading life and how much it's changed since 2012 when I first joined BookTube. So when I first joined BookTube, I really wasn't much of a reader. I joined BookTube to become more of a reader. BookTube was a way for me to discover new books, but also to kind of keep me accountable and to keep me reading, because if I was going to be making content about books, I had to be reading books. When I first joined, I had just come off this high of reading the Hunger Games trilogy. I was obsessed with it, and so naturally I wanted to read all the dystopians. The first 2 years on BookTube, I pretty much only read dystopian, and I think I really burned myself out. And so at this point in my reading life, I'm just not going into bookstores and being like, ooh, must read dystopian books. I'm kind of taking a step back from that genre and moving on to other things. One genre that has been pretty consistent throughout my reading life is contemporary novels. I love and adore contemporary novels, and I think eventually when I'm able to put out my own book, it'll definitely be a contemporary novel, just because I find them to be so interesting. I love kind of seeing how other people in the world live their lives and how they deal with different struggles and different rough situations that they're put into. Something that I also remember from when I first joined BookTube was how I avoided big books. If it was over 400 pages, I would not be reading that book. For some reason, when I first joined BookTube, I was just so intimidated by big books. Now, I don't even care. Like, I don't even think about the size of the book or how big it is or how long it's gonna take me to read. I just dive in and start reading. I think part of the reason why I was so scared of big books is because I was really new to reading, and I was a really slow reader when I first joined BookTube. I still am a pretty slow reader, but I'm able to kind of get through books a little bit faster now. But I just remember looking at those books and being like, there is no way that I will ever read a big book. Now I'm not scared of them at all. I was also afraid of fantasy books for some reason when I first joined BookTube, and I would avoid them like the plague, just because I thought that they would be so over my head and that there would just be lots of terminology that I wouldn't understand. But then I had people like Reagan from Peruse Project who would recommend these awesome young adult fantasy books, and she just had me curious and she had me wanting to read these books, and so I started to kind of break out of my reading habits and read different books. And now I love fantasy. I think it is awesome, and I want to read all the fantasy books in the world, specifically Brandon Sanderson. I want to read all his books eventually. Right now, I feel like my reading life is in a really weird place because I just am reaching for all sorts of different things. I'm still reading YA. I will forever read YA. I will read YA till the day I die. But I've also started to read a bunch of different things that I wouldn't normally read. I've been picking up some adult fiction, which is something that I just have been like staying away from forever. I've been reading adult contemporary stories, sci-fi stories, and thrillers. I've also been dabbling in the middle grade genre, which is something that I really wanted to bring and incorporate on my channel for the longest time. I had just been procrastinating picking up any of the middle grade books on my shelf, but now I started to read them and I'm really enjoying them, and I'm really excited to kind of incorporate middle grade books onto this channel. Also, I've been really into comics and graphic novels these days. They're probably at the top of my list, like graphic novels, comics, young adult, adult contemporary, and middle grade. Like, that's kind of the order as to my excitement level right now. Like, I'm all about those comics and graphic novels. I've just been having so much fun with them, and I want to spread that love on this channel. And I feel like I started to do that, and it makes me really excited to see that so many of you guys are excited that I'm doing that on this channel, because I'm really passionate about graphic novels and comic books right now. I just love them so much, and I want more people to read them, so I really want to encourage them on my channel. So that's kind of where I've come as a reader at this point in my life. Obviously, my reading tastes are going to continue to change, but I just thought that this would be a fun video to make and a fun one to kind of look back on in the future. You guys should let me know down below how your reading tastes have changed. Where are you currently at with your reading life? What is your favorite genre to read from at this point in time? Thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you soon with a new video. Later. Not